We've all witnessed legendary circuits that make our hearts race and hair stand on end. But Beijing's A1 GP track? Well, that's a different story. From hairpin hijinks to manhole cover madness, this track has earned itself a notorious reputation. But hey, is it really the worst, or are we just caught up in the chaos of the moment? Before we hit the track, do us a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell. A track designed by the same mind behind the Sochi Autodrom, rife with challenges and controversies. We're talking about Hermann Tilke, the maestro behind some iconic circuits, and well, some questionable ones too. The A1 Grand Prix series, a dazzling showcase of national pride, took an unexpected turn when it hit Beijing. From hairpin turns causing cars to get stuck to a last-minute relocation, this track's got more twists than a Hollywood blockbuster. The A1 GP series, a single-make open-wheel auto racing venture that captured the essence of national pride, left an indelible mark on the motorsport landscape, running from 2005 to 2009. A1 GP distinguished itself by featuring competitors representing their nations exclusively, a departure from the conventional team or individual-centric formats in other Formula racing series. Often hailed as the World Cup of Motorsport, A1 GP races took place during the traditional Formula 1 off-season, embracing the Northern Hemisphere winter. Designed by Hermann Tilke, the renowned track architect responsible for various Formula 1 circuits, including the Sochi Autodrom, the Beijing track was intended to be a showcase of racing prowess in the heart of China. Ironically, Tilke's involvement, known for designing tracks with a mixed reputation, should have signalled caution. Little did everyone know the extent of the challenges this circuit would pose. The track layout appeared deceptively simple on paper, but as teams and drivers arrived at the inaugural races, it became evident that the Beijing track was poorly thought out. Overtaking opportunities were limited, and corners proved problematic, especially a hairpin turn that quickly became a focal point of contention. During the first practice session, A1 Grand Prix cars, with their limited turning radius, found themselves stuck at this hairpin, creating a chaotic logjam and exposing a fundamental flaw in the track's design. To address the issue, organisers made a hasty decision to move the problematic hairpin several hundred yards up the road overnight. While this solution allowed cars to navigate the corner without getting stuck, it introduced new challenges, particularly with the pit lane entry situated in a precarious position. The desperate attempt to salvage the track's functionality was a foreshadowing of troubles that lay ahead. Despite the efforts, the A1 GP street race in Beijing was in crisis, as drivers encountered significant difficulties negotiating the hairpin during the brief practice session. The practice session was initially delayed by over 4 hours to complete last-minute circuit inspections. Concerns about the hairpin's tightness for A1 GP cars was validated when the first driver, Nico Hülkenberg of Team Germany, ran out of road despite a cautious approach. Subsequent chaos ensued, with drivers queuing at a standstill, making it nearly impossible to navigate the hairpin. Some drivers resorted to using the escape road, stopping, and even turning their cars around with a generous application of throttle. The session was red flagged when attempts to move the Team Lebanon car proved futile, and 2 subsequent restarts followed a similar pattern. As a result, the day's running had been abandoned. Team Malaysia driver Faris Fauzi said, "I was able to get around it once in normal fashion, but it's not safe to run with that hairpin. It's clear that you can't trust all the drivers to get around there for a full race distance. It needs to be widened and probably covered by permanent yellows." Team Ireland's John O'Hara added, "It's a disaster really. We knew it might be difficult for 2 cars side by side, but didn't think it'd be so bad for a single car. I never got to try and take the corner properly. The track was blocked every time." Qualifying for the A1 GP street race in Beijing faced additional challenges. High downforce and low center of gravity of the racing cars led to manhole covers being lifted from the ground, creating potential hazards. Advertising banners around the circuit were torn off, and the numerous bumps became a nuisance for drivers, disrupting their rhythm and causing unintended excursions into escape roads. Qualifying, the session crucial for determining race grid positions, was subsequently cancelled. Grid positions were determined by practice times since the qualifying session was affected, leading to A1 Team Netherlands driver Jeroen Bleekemolen securing pole position for the sprint race. In another complication, advertising banners around the circuit also became loose. The races themselves unfolded as a series of chaotic events. A sprint race, initially scheduled for 20 laps, was drastically shortened after a car spin caused a blocked track. The subsequent feature race, which provided moments of drama, showcased the track's inherent flaws, with limited passing opportunities and numerous incidents. Both races commenced with a safety car leading the way, as the first corner was deemed unsafe. A significant portion of the races unfolded under the safety car, as South Africa's Adrian Zhao spun, stalled his car, and obstructed half the track. Jeroen Bleekemolen secured the victory for the Netherlands, while Salvador Duran of Mexico and Enrico Toccacello from A1 Team Italy claimed second and third places respectively in the sprint race. In the feature race, Toccacello emerged victorious, with Britain's Oliver Jarvis securing second place, and Australia's Carl Reindler surprisingly taking third, after James Hinchcliffe crashed out on the final lap. Due to time constraints, the feature race was shortened from 67 laps to 63. Salvador Duran's crash during the feature race brought further attention to the track's inadequacies, prompting questions about its safety and suitability for high-level racing. The chaotic nature of the races, combined with safety car periods and unforeseen challenges, painted a grim picture of the Beijing A1 Grand Prix track. Ultimately, the disastrous weekend at Beijing marked a turning point for the A1 Grand Prix series. The track's failure became emblematic of larger issues within the series, including organisational missteps and a struggle to maintain its initial momentum. The Beijing track, a symbol of ambition turned awry, was eventually dropped from the A1 Grand Prix calendar, bringing an end to a short-lived but troubled chapter in motorsport history. The legacy of the Beijing A1 Grand Prix track serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of meticulous planning and foresight in the design and implementation of racing circuits. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting F1 updates and analysis. Stay tuned, and until next time, keep revving those engines.